What about hidden behavior? They keep things hidden from themselves. They keep things hidden from everybody else. Why is that so common?
Why is it common? Because those two things. When we first started, you asked me, what is the nice guy, and basically, and I said he's the guy trying to get everybody's approval and validation. Holding your finger up, says which way is the wind blowing. But the other piece is that hiding things about ourselves. Hiding anything, for example, that might get that look on my wife's face. Oh, she got that look. I must have done something. I better not do that again. Again, that began at a very, very early age when getting that look from somebody important to us might result in getting slapped, getting smacked, getting neglected, getting yelled at, getting shaken, whatever. So nice guys is part of that. I got to hide whatever there is about me that tends to create these negative reactions around me. But often there's another piece, not universal, but often for nice guys in their family system, somebody has been defined as the needy person, the most important person. Could be dad, could be mom, could be a sibling, and their needs were more important. All the attention and focus went on, making sure dad never making sure mom didn't go on a tirade, making sure, brother doesn't, whatever, he's sick or he's out of control. So often for nice guys, we try to become this needless, wantless, never rock the boat, never be a moment's problem kind of person. So what we interpret is us having needs draws too much attention, and their needs are more important than mine. And so nice guys we're again trying to avoid that negative reaction. The two things we often most hide are our needs and wants and our sexuality. Every child, when they experience discomfort of any kind, they're hungry and they don't get fed. They wet their diaper, they mess in their diaper, they don't get changed. They're cold, they don't get held. They got a stomach ache, they don't get burped, whatever. Whenever a child experiences discomfort, their children are narcissistic by nature. Emotionally, they assume this is me. I'm the cause of this. I did something wrong. I'm bad. They don't think it because the thinking brain isn't online at this early age. The emotional brain, fight, flight, freeze, survival brain is. And so a child will try to do two things in a very primitive way, a non-thinking, non-rational, purely emotional way. They will try to medicate the feeling states they're having, suck their thumb, eat, cry, sleep, smile, whatever, to try to not feel bad right now. And again, in a very primitive, pre-verbal kind of way, try to not do whatever that was that caused the uncomfortable states or do something different. And so that begins at a really early age. And so the child is the shame is inaccurately internalized at an emotional level. I must have done something wrong. That's why this is happening. So I got to figure either how to do that different or not do that. Hide. And so all of this comes so early as part of an emotional language, an emotional operating system. It's not in words. It's not in picture memory. And it's primitive. So here we are trying to figure out how not to have these uncomfortable experiences and prevent them from happening again. And one of the best things our primitive brain came up with is hide. Whatever. I have needs. Oh, I have needs. I'm hungry. When I have needs, I get slapped. Oh, their needs are more important than mine. So just hiding is part of that because we think it must be about me that's causing these painful, negative experiences to be happening to us.
Does this mean that nice guys often have coping strategies? Maybe they'll overeat. Maybe they'll be compulsive with social media use or porn or video games or substances or whatever.
The thing about that model I just gave you, that child development model, every human does that. Every human. We all just pick, usually, again, based on temperament and maybe just life experiences and birth order, we all pick, what are we going to do? How are we going to try to manage this? And I sucked my thumb till I was in kindergarten. I think maybe I was trying to deal with some uncomfortable feelings. Self-soothing, exactly. Trying to manage some anxiety there. So that's what I did. Now, we go through childhood, then we hit adolescence, and now where we really want people's approval and want to fit in and be noticed and have attention, all of this really, gets fueled with our hormones and need for attention, where, then it really gets solidified and we pretty much carry these routines into adulthood. So yeah, trying to be perfect might be one. trying not to be perfect because my brother was perfect and I couldn't, compete with him. When I eat, I sure do feel better. When I spend all my day and night playing video games, I don't feel stressed. When isn't porn amazing? I didn't know that this existed. Look how I feel. Um, if I get straight A's, look, I finally get some validation, but I don't know if it's ever enough. I better keep, succeeding, performing. I better get into great, amazing shape so I can be valuable. Oh, I'll never get in good shape, so who cares? I'll just keep eating. It can take so many different forms, and the only real logic to it is the infant logic that you and I and everybody else had at a few weeks and a few months old.
Why are nice guys bad receivers?
As I said, most of us is most nice guys internalize this belief. Well, because I have needs, that's why I have these bad things that happen to me. If I don't have needs, bad things won't happen. And often again, I could look around in my family. Oh, dad's needs are more important. Well, let's all make sure dad's okay. Oh, now mom's unhappy. Let's all make sure mom's okay. And I kind of like, if I don't have needs, if I just kind of do everything right, I'll be the golden child. I'll get some validation. I won't get noticed too much and get in trouble. And so again, that was my story. It's not every nice guy's story, but there's some fundamental piece in there that if it's visible, if people know I have needs, like that makes me vulnerable, it puts me at risk, it gives people control over me. I'll owe people something. So in my own personal work, one of the earliest things I had to start doing was making me a priority, where I did for me. I'd do for everybody else, but I wouldn't make me a priority. And I'd make sure my wife and kids, they all went to the dentist. I wouldn't go to the dentist. If I saw something on sale, I'd buy it for them. I wouldn't buy it for me. So I had to start taking good care of me. The next step that kind of came with that, but it came a little bit later for me, was actually beginning to surround myself with people who wanted to help me meet my needs and then actually letting them.